house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's not such a bad-looking Friday morning. Hey, it's Friday. It's nothing you can do to make Friday bad, right? It doesn't matter. But the weather does look pretty nice. 58 right now, 83 degrees, the expected high today, 54 tonight, partly cloudy today and tomorrow, with temperatures tomorrow pretty similar to today. Then Sunday is when we see some rain in the forecast, and that includes Monday. And that rain will bring in some cooler temperatures to the tune of upper 30s by Wednesday night. But daytime highs throughout the week, 70-ish or mid-60s on Wednesday, for example. And then by the weekend, it looks like it'll start to pick up again. So don't put away the comforter, the quilt, the blankets yet, and you might need them next in the middle of the week. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, and today is the last day before vacation. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
I'm just getting my oil change this morning before I start going to work.
Oh my gosh, you got to be excited. The last day of work before vacation is always, it's kind of a hard day, isn't it? It's hard to get through the day.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants to be around me today.
Why?
Yeah, just because they're like, gosh, have you left yet? I mean, they've already told me. I've been counting down the days for like 6 months. So
yeah,
so today is day 0.
Are you going anywhere this time that you've been to before?
Yeah, I've been to Cozumel and I've been to Grand Cayman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are two of several places, right?
Yeah, those are two separate places.
No, not separate, but two of several. In other words, you're not.
Oh, well, and then the other place we're going is Costa Maya, and I haven't been to Costa Maya.
That's what I was getting at. Okay, so that's where you're going that you haven't been to before.
Correct. Yeah, and I'm excited about it.
Are you going to post pictures somewhere?
No, because you don't have internet access. So, I mean, when I come back, I'll do my video. But,
that's right. Yeah, you always do an awesome video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good idea, because that way you don't have to take the time to post the pictures. You can enjoy the time with your family and then do the video.
And part of what I love about cruises is there's no internet access. So, I mean, I could pay.
Are you alone? Are you alone? Not alone, but I mean, do more people wish there was internet access?
I don't know. I know I'm glad. I know my wife's glad. I think my kids would like internet access. But even then, by like the second day, you get so unplugged, you don't care. And that's part of the joy. I mean, I go to, even when you go to the beach, your phone is still there and it can still ring and people can still bother you. But there's something just by, they know I'm out of the country for the next week, and that's important to me.
At 9 o'clock, we have Jim.
I don't even feel obligated to even look at it. Because if I know if it's there, I'll look at it.
Right. Jim George comes in at 9 o'clock, and we call him Professor Gadget. And so I have a question for you based on him. Do you have any brand new gadgets that you're bringing with you this time? You did anything at all that you bring? Like, even if it's a new camera, do you have anything new you're bringing with you?
Yeah, I talked about it last time, how I lost my underwater camera last year.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, gosh, I really need one, because I'm doing I'm going diving and I'm going on this ATV ride that I'm really excited about, and I got to have a camera. And so I was going to buy a GoPro, but they're like $500, and I'm like, I don't want to lose that. And so I bought this underwater camera for $19, and it's amazing. It is amazing. It takes like 1080p. It's 18 megapixels, I think. And I'm excited.
That's awesome. Really?
Is it like a GoPro? Does it hook onto yourself?
Just like it. Yeah, it's got all these attachments that came with it. It came with like 45 different mounting attachments. I'm so happy. It was on eBay. I'm very happy.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait.
Wow.
So, and do you normally, would you use it for videos or for stills?
I'll use it for video for when I'm underwater where I can't bring out I have a Sony mirrorless camera that's amazing, So, but I can't use that underwater. So
the topic I actually have for you today is the places in the world that photos don't do justice, and I'm guessing underwater in the Caribbean is one of those places.
Now the cameras are so good that you can take some good pictures underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Grand Canyon is not at the top of this list, then the list is flawed. I'll tell you that. So,
the Grand Canyon is at the top of this list, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Yeah, the Grand Canyon is truly one of those places that when I went there, I had never been there, obviously, and I had only seen it in photographs. I had no clue that it was going to have that feeling to it. It was just there's nothing. There was nothing that compares. A gigantic poster doesn't do anything compared to
nothing.
Right?
Nothing. My buddy and I, we were coming back when I got out of the Navy. And we were driving across country. It took us 2 weeks, and we're like, okay, well, we're right here. We're in Arizona. Let's go look at the Grand Canyon. So we're thinking we'll spend maybe an hour there. And we ended up sleeping that night in the canyon, and we stayed there for 3 days.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. That is cool.
It was just, it was like, where else are we going to go where you get this?
Yeah.
And it was just one of those where what we were joking about is I just want to see the ditch. I just want to see this big hole in the ground.
Right.
And then you get there and you're like, whoa.
Right. I know. Same thing with me. The one thing I regret that I hope I get a chance to do a second time is I did not camp in the Grand Canyon. I didn't know you could until it was too late.
Right.
I was there.
Right.
So.
Well, we were there, and we were going to drive out because we were just going to find a room, and we saw one of these places, and it said, it was like a billboard or something, and it said "Sleep in the Grand Canyon." I'm like, we're doing that.
That is cool. Wow. So were you up at the like on the cliff or down near the river?
We were down by the river.
Wow.
So it was pretty amazing, and then you had to trek down there, and so you had to be in pretty good physical shape. Now you could probably have an ATV or something take you down. And then you walk down there with all your gear, and then you set up. It took a long time, like 5 hours at least.
Do you know?
To walk down there, but the whole time you're just seeing all these different. You don't believe there's that many shades of orange.
It is
right.
I know if you've ever been there, everybody knows what you're talking about, and if you've not been there, you're like, what? How could it be that? How could it be like that? But it really is. It really is one of those places. So you're right. That would have been top of the list. It is top of the list, but it would have been the last thing we mentioned. One of the things that's not on the list that I wanted to mention is this. Yeah. And I want to start with a very short story. I was in California. And I was there, and a guy working at the pizza place that I worked at. This was 1977, so a long, long time ago. But he was from Red Key, Indiana. Mm-hmm. He had never seen an ocean.
Oh.
And he said when he saw that ocean, the Pacific Ocean, he couldn't believe how big it was. And I said, really? How? What? Because I grew up on Long Island, and of course here in Florida, and of course I've always, same as you, Galen, you've always known oceans. Robin grew up near a Great Lake, so that's kind of like an ocean.
Yeah, but still.
A huge body of water.
But I think in Red Key, Indiana, there's probably ponds.
Yeah.
I don't know what's there. Yeah, so that's one that's not on the list, but I think if you've never seen an ocean, if you grew up in the middle of the country or someplace where they're like not the Great Lakes, you've seen an ocean if you've seen a Great Lake, kind of. It's the same look.
But I really enjoyed when you and Alex went to the Grand Canyon, and then you brought back those pictures. And then when you and Alex went to New York, when you were at the Grand Canyon, there really wasn't the internet like it is now. When you guys went to New York, you posted those wonderful pictures, and it was just so cool to see you guys at the moment. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Galen, can I tell you my Grand Canyon story and a gift for? Yeah. Here's a gift for Robin story. Okay, we were in the Grand Canyon. We went to the gift shop. We found this beautiful poster of snow in the Grand Canyon. So now we're walking around the trails, and all of a sudden I realized, hey, where's the poster? Oh my gosh, we must have left it on the bench because we had stopped to sit on the bench for a little while. All right, so I go back to the bench, and it's not there. Right? So we trace our steps to this cliff, and there's a man standing there with what I think is the poster. I go up to the guy and I say, I think that's mine. And he hands it to me. He hands it to me. And I say, thank you. And then I walk away. And my brother says, because we're with my brother too, he says,
Brother Bob.
my brother Bob, he says, how do you know that's yours? That guy was petrified. I said, he was? He had his back to the Grand Canyon, and you come up to him and say, that's mine. I said, oh my God, I didn't mean to scare him. But my brother noticed that the guy looked scared, so I opened it up, and it was the same poster. So I just hope I didn't steal somebody's poster. I don't know.
There's a warrant out for your arrest in Arizona.
It's hanging up in my living room.
Yeah, my brother.
From all those years
My
ago.
brother said he looked very scared. He walked up to him. And what is he going to do? He's got his back to a big old drop right into the.
And isn't it amazing that you can get that close to the edge?
You can sit on it. You can kill. You can get killed. You can die.
Yeah, but you could, you think that, in today's day and age, they would put railing around the whole thing. Now it probably costs more than a wall.
right, yeah.
It would be. I'm surprised that hasn't happened, but it's so awe-inspiring. When you don't want to, everywhere you look, there's like a new color, and depending on where the sun is, it just doesn't get old. So.
I know when Shannon and Valerie went out there with Valerie's folks, the Rockies, they just had such a grand time, and they walked out on those boulders and got their picture taken and took the mules and went to the bottom, and it just looked absolutely amazing. There is no word to describe it.
I got the list off the internet. The rest of the list has only one place that I've ever been to. The rest of it I've never been to.
Statue of Liberty?
No, it's not on the list. Statue of Liberty is not on the list.
Could be.
Let me take a break, and we'll be right back. Galen, how's the blood supply?
Again, we're kind of where we're at yesterday. We're in critical need of type O. We really need people to get out there and get the life this weekend, so that we can just continue to do the good work that all the people of Marion County allow us to do and save lives.
Galen, getting ready to take a vacation. He does this every day. It's not just what you hear on the radio, but what he does behind the scenes that makes LifeSouth a success. And it's a success because he is effective in getting you and I to do our part in the blood supply, which is to simply give blood. But part of it couldn't happen without great sponsors, and we have two of them. We love our sponsors. We want them to know we appreciate them. And they're not just sponsors. They are great businesses here in our community that you can benefit from also. Go to Palm Garden of Ocala. Maybe you don't need a long-term skilled nursing facility right now, but go there, have it in your mind what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what kind of activities they do, what kind of services they provide, and you will be prepared when you need them. They're at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. Go there, take a tour. That's the bottom line, best advice I can give you. Pan Flooring, do the same thing. Go there to 1201 Southwest 17th Street. See the samples. Imagine what they would look like in your home. Ask somebody who's already got them put into their home or office. You can ask us. We've got it right here at WOCA. And you will see why people are choosing Pan Flooring for their flooring. And a quick shout out to the restoration company that cleaned the carpets after we were walking on them for 5 years. Silverback Restoration, LLC. Give them a call, 414-5312. Jairus Palmer is the guy. He's a veteran, and he did an awesome job. He did it quick. It was effective. It was beautiful when we came back in on Monday morning. He cleaned it on a Friday. We will take a little break. Galen, Unold, and us, and we will talk about places in the world that photos can't do justice. We'll be right back. Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
All right, 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unold on the phone. Galen is heading out to the Caribbean and Mexico on a cruise ship with his family, and he's going to be disconnected from the world, but he'll have his camera, and he will share his video and his photos.
I love that part.
But photos don't always do it, right? Photos don't always do it. So before we tell you what is on the list, let me take a phone call or two. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, I was you was talking about the Grand Canyon, and so I went there when I was 17. And you're right. Well, you can't do that place doesn't do you justice unless you see it. Yeah, and so I went there on a little trip with my parents, and the only problem I had is before we left, I started getting this sore. And apparently it was a cyst right in the wrong place on my back end, and so I was walking around like a bow-legged cowboy there.
Oh no!
But anyway, when I saw that place and I saw the way that drop-off is, I was amazed at drop-off, and all I could think about was, boy, I hate to be some cowboys or soldiers or whatever, out there running from the Indians, and you don't know that there's a big old canyon coming up, and all of a sudden you come up to this edge of this canyon, and there's nowhere to go, and the Indians are after you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're done then. Yeah.
You're done right there. That's what my crazy mind thought about when I saw the edge of that canyon. I'd hate to be running from the Indians and come up upon this big old hole. Anyway, yeah, it's a gorgeous place. It's the only time I was 17. That was the only time I ever went there.
Yeah,
but it was a beautiful, beautiful place there.
It certainly is.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate the story. Thank you for that. Yeah, gosh, and see, nobody who goes there ever has any different. That's always the story, right? You can't your camera can't do it. There's nothing your camera can do.
And it's one of those places that you always underestimate if you haven't seen it, and then it always exceeds your expectation. Everybody I've ever talked to, like, I wasn't sure, but when you see it, it's just awe-inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. Get another phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. See, back in '89, we took a trip to Europe, and we went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and there wasn't a lot of people there at the time. And I personally went in the tower and circled up and went all the way to the top, but you have no idea how far that thing is really leaning until you get right to the edge. You kind of look out into the landscape, and it was quite an experience that I'm sure a camera couldn't capture.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Really?
Isn't that something?
See, that's something I wouldn't have thought would qualify for this list. But thank you for sharing that.
All the bell towers, in especially in Italy, are away from the churches because of earthquakes. They didn't want them to fall on the churches, so they're like maybe half a football field away from the actual church itself. But it was quite an experience.
I didn't know that either. All right, thank you for sharing that. It's a bucket list for me, right?
That's cool.
To see some of that stuff. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, so the only one on the list that I have been to is Niagara Falls. Mm-hmm. Anybody agree that this is a place that just doesn't get captured in a photograph?
It is, for sure.
Galen?
Well, what you can't capture is the power. You can capture the drop, but you can't capture the sheer force of the fall.
I guess that's
and
true.
And that I agree with. Yeah.
Even when you take the boat, the Maid of the Mist, and you go underneath, it's just... you can't get it.
Nothing you can. Yeah.
No. I mean, it's just the power. That's what when I see it. When I've been there twice, I think. It's just the sheer power of it.
So one of the things about the development of Dubai in recent decades and is that they now offer tours of the Arabian desert. And that's on the list. They say people who go to the Arabian desert have no clue. Movies, nothing has ever I guess it's the same as seeing the Grand Canyon. You see this huge, gigantic amount of sand. I don't know. I can't even imagine what it is.
They've never had tours? Gosh, that would be something you would think they would have capitalized on.
Maybe they did. I don't know. But it says here that Dubai has made it possible for the average traveler to now see the Arabian desert. So maybe you could do it, but it was expensive. I don't know.
Gosh.
Well, isn't everything in Dubai expensive? But I mean, I've been to the desert out west, and I mean, there's some incredible color. But there are some photographs of the desert that are just phenomenal, though, too. So
And
I don't
you've
know.
been there.
I have been to the desert out west, yeah, but I've never been to the Arabian desert, and I don't know.
No, I haven't either.
I have no idea if you is it like comparing a lake to an ocean? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question. I don't know. That's interesting. All right. I like this list.
Let's see what else is on the list. Dead Horse Point, Utah. Has anybody been there?
Oh, what is that?
I drove by it. Yeah, I drove by it, but it was like 30 miles now. Maybe it wasn't that far. It was like on the horizon. I drove past it on the highway.
Anyway, so
I didn't get up close to it.
Okay, I'll just read what it says. It says, canyons lie below it, breaking across the horizon.
Right.
There's so much detail to take in with the landscape that it's very difficult for a camera to capture it. Okay. Let's see. On the list is Versailles, France. Versailles, France. Never have been there.
Okay.
Anybody? Have you been there? Anybody?
No, me either. No.
Tikal, Guatemala. Tikal, Guatemala.
Yeah, that's the Mayan ruins. So
yeah.
I want to see some Mayan ruins this week.
You might see some. That's right. You might see some.
Oh, we're going to. I mean, we're taking a tour of them
Oh.
because my wife wants to go see the Mayan ruins.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
I told you. Did I tell you this deal? You know,
No.
my boys. I'm not into Mayan ruins, but my wife is thrilled by them. And so I said, fine, you pick where we're going to Costa Maya, and I'll pick where we're going to Cozumel. And that's why we're going on an ATV tour in Cozumel.
Nice.
So
The boys and I are going to have a good time.
So I'm going to make a prediction that what you say you are not into right now, you will become into after you go, right?
Of course. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, these are supposed to be some phenomenal ruins. So
TJ and Charity went there, didn't they?
I don't know.
They went on a cruise and they went into the ruins, and that's where he proposed to her. So that was so
Oh,
fun.
really? Oh,
That
wow.
was years ago. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The Perrito Moreno Glacier in Argentina. It's a 5-kilometer wide, 60-kilometer long, 70-meter high wall of ice that comes to an abrupt halt in a lake. Well, that does sound.
Wow.
That does sound hard to.
problem is it's shrinking. So
Is
it's less impressive every day, according to Al.
That's impressive, according to Al Gore, right?
well,
Every day, it's getting a little worse.
Robin's brother went on a cruise to Alaska, right?
Yes.
And some of those photos were outstanding.
They went onto the
if the
glacier.
photos were outstanding, the glacier,
Yeah,
then you know that in person it must be unbelievable.
exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let me squeeze in a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy probably the Mayan ruins, but I was in Lamanai, which is in Belize, and you take from Belize, to Belize City, you take a 1-hour bus ride. That in itself is an adventure. I think we went through some potholes. I saw cars in the bottom of the potholes in the roads.
Oh, wow.
And then once you take this boat ride, we got to the you take the bus ride, then you take an hour and 15-20 minute boat ride to get out to the Lamanai. Lamanai is, I think it's translates into sunken crocodile or something like that, submerged crocodile. And this river is just amazing. I enjoyed that more. Then when you get to the ruins, you see these. You think they look so. There's like 5 or 6 of these structures there, and then the main one, you can climb it. And I thought, well, I've come thousands of miles. I'll be darned if I'm not going to climb this thing. Well, about halfway up, I'm thinking, maybe I didn't really need to climb this. And then I finally get to the top, and I thought, okay, I'm up here. I wonder what it'd be like to live here for the rest of my life, because I don't really want to climb back down.
And I came up with a great idea that I could make a fortune. All I needed to do is put a zip line where people could ride it down to the ground. I'm thinking maybe this would be a good venture. Start a zip line here.
Cool idea.
Thank you,
Cool
Mike.
idea.
What a beautiful place, though. You'll enjoy it.
Thank you, Mike. Have you been there, Galen? I know we got 1 minute left.
I've been to Belize.
You've been to Belize?
Yeah, because I believe I can fly.
I remember that, yes. Your son has banned it from the internet, yes.
Yes, he has. I tried to repost it, and he took it down. Yeah, he keeps taking it down.
He'll put it back when he's 22.
All right, well, have a really great trip, Galen. We're looking forward to hearing about it. And I know Tom Davis is sitting in for you for the next coming week, so we're looking forward to having him on the air. All right. Are you there? Yeah, just have a good time and be safe, and tell your wife and kids that we said have a good time. I guess we'll leave with this. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, it's at Walmart at Summerfield, and again, just get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
All right. Thank you for all you do, and have fun.
Have fun, Galen. God
All right,
bless you.
bye, all.
We'll be right back.